Oh Lord, I think we clicked it at the same time.
We did.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Film Cave, episode number 92. It's your boy Knight.
What's up, everybody? Logan here. This is a monstrous show in a lot of ways, so we're gonna get this thing going. We're a little bit early, feeling good, doing good. Let's get it moving.
Yes, sir. I want to thank y'all so much for joining us, whether you're watching here live and or on playback. We love you. We appreciate you. We appreciate the support. And another way you can keep showing that continued support is by hitting that thumbs up. Really helps the show reach a lot more people. Hit that notification bell because you want to be reminded when all episodes drop. You got to make this a pattern in your life. But most importantly, you got to hit that subscribe button, man. It's free, simple, and easy. And we'd appreciate you all so much if you did it. All right. My head is pounding. I don't know why, but I'm going to try my best to power through this here pain.
I believe in you, good sir.
Thank you so much. I'm not believing in myself right now, but it's all right. Are you ready, good sir?
Let's get it going, man. Also, what up, Brooklyn? I feel like we haven't seen Brooklyn in the chat in a long time.
I feel like
I don't know where he's been.
Brooklyn, unless he's just been
But welcome
quiet.
back.
He
He's
popped
not
up
quiet.
because it's opening tip. That's why. It's game night.
That's true.
So
That is
he's
true.
popping up, and Lakers are playing the Warriors. So that's why he's here, I'm sure. To go a good LeBron, a good little cheer. But all right, let's get into the show, y'all. So, for those of you who do not know, me and Logan are a couple of what, good sir? Let the people know.
Fucking nerds.
Couple of fucking nerds, man, which means we talk about film any and all goddamn day. And it's fun. But sometimes, you know, we wanna talk about other things. We feel passion, we feel love for other genres out there. But of course, film catches us in the act every goddamn time. Because why?
She's a jealous ass bitch, man.
Because she's a jealous ass bitch. I look so goddamn orange
You
and
don't
red.
look orange.
It looks like it on mine. I look insane on my end. Maybe it's just, I don't know. Who knows? All right. So, yes. This particular fashion in which we go about this here. Wait. I did this wrong.
Did you?
I did. That usually comes after the fact. And my computer and my laptop's acting slow as shit.
Oh, good. Maybe we'll get a freeze and a crash at some point.
It's looking like that. Because even on my end, the music is dragging. It's not
Oh, really?
flowing in this bitch. Yes.
Shit.
It's going to be one of those shows, y'all. And everything is taking like 10 years to respond after I hit it.
Got you.
So we'll see. All right. It's out in the world, motherfuckers. So now there's a particular fashion in which we go about
There you go.
out there in the world. Good sir. Do you want to tell the people what that would be?
Would be traditionary fashion, my friend.
Yes, it would. And in said fashion, sir, what do you have for us?
Yeah, nothing too crazy, but we did watch some movies this weekend, and
Nice.
that would be Ex Machina. Haven't seen Ex Machina in a long time. And
I was going to say at all, but say what?
oh no, I saw it in theaters for sure, but I hadn't watched it since theaters. So watch that again. Damn good movie. It's anytime you deal with AI, we're gonna lose. Like it's kind of the whole point. So we definitely lose, but it's a damn good movie. All the performances are great. Love that one. And then we also watched First Man. Have you seen First Man?
No.
See, I figured. Love First Man. Super weird movie. Neil Armstrong was a very interesting dude that had a lot of shit happen in his life that sucked.
So far, not the movies I imagined you'd be watching, but
Like what? What'd you expect?
I don't know. I was just expecting something. I don't know, in the spirit of Halloween or just something different. I don't
I
know. It just
mean,
felt like it was
well,
different.
yeah, I mean, like
Uh,
Sunday morning we threw on Hocus Pocus and Nightmare Before Christmas, but like I wasn't watching those. They're
all
just
the kitty
on.
stuff. Got it.
Yeah, they're just on. Um, yeah, because I'm not a horror guy. I'm not going to sit there and throw on any stupid shit.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, First Man, really damn good. And that also got me in the vibe of like space. And so, literally, First Man, we finished that at probably like 11. And I sat there and I was texting my cousin for like 30 minutes. And I was like, fuck, man. I was like, I want to watch either like Apollo 13 or like The Martian. And he was like, man, yeah, he's like, it's exactly right. And so I threw Apollo 13 on and watched that whole fucking thing all the way through
Jesus.
by myself. But yeah, fucking great. Both those great movies. I've seen Apollo 13 way too many times to where I don't need to see that one again for a while. I can say that.
Be honest, I
But
don't think I've seen Apollo 13.
are you kidding me?
Yeah, never cared. I was like,
Oh my God, man. It is
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic. It is so good.
I'm sure it's Ron Howard, right?
Yes, Tom Hanks,
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon. Yeah, no, phenomenal. Your boy Ed Harris is in there.
Get me started.
Oh, we'll get started. But yeah,
started. Okay.
but yeah, that's what we did this weekend. What about you? What do you got?
What do I got? So, two things. One thing you just kind of briefly mentioned, but doesn't need to be like a whole thing. But, a lovely trailer dropped that had everybody on a very meme-worthy and spazzing out type of feel because it was just so ridiculous, but looks just great.
Okay.
Megan.
Haven't
Actually, the
watched it.
trailer for you haven't watched? Oh my god, you're insane! Watch it.
What the fuck is it?
So it's the latest from James Wan and Blumhouse.
Oh, okay.
Both have produced it. I can't. You just have to watch it. It's one of those trailers, just like what the fuck. But it looks so damn good and fun, and like it's gonna be creepy as fuck. Essentially, it's just based around, like we said, an AI.
Oh, really?
Right, based around the AI that is meant for companionship. So she's a doll, but she's full AI. So the bitch can walk on her own. She's chilling, all this other stuff.
Right. Interesting.
It's magnificent.
That's not gonna work out.
So if you checked it out, oh, well, you haven't checked it out. Check it out for sure. And it's just an interesting trailer. I'll say that. And a particular part about the trailer is what everybody is memeing and has, has blew the trailer up. And now she's having Twitter beefs with Chucky and all type of shit. It's actually hilarious. Yeah, you heard correct.
All right.
Yeah, you heard correct.
Oh wow! Did you see what Kenya just put?
Yeah. See.
So it's a full thing. Okay,
It's
I got you.
Full thing. Yeah. So Kenya might be in a surprise if you hear some strange ass door knocks, or whatever at night. It's time to go, brother.
I'm gonna pass.
Yeah. All right. What do you got?
I didn't know if you were gonna talk about this. Let me check in your. Do you want to talk about?
I think that's gonna be like a full thing. Oh wait, what?
Black Adam reviews.
No, I didn't even read anything about that.
What? I mean, I'm not reading any reviews. I'm just talking about like that Rotten Tomatoes number that come out. I mean, it ain't looking.
Oh, see, I mean, I saw that, but I also see that it's getting Snyder bombed, but I don't know what the truth is. That's why I'm like, I don't give a shit.
You can't get Snyder bombed by press only. It's not like it's the audience thing.
Oh, it's the full thing. Got you. I thought it was both aspects.
Nobody's seen it yet, so they don't. That's the whole thing. Is the Snyder people will love this to death, from what I understand.
We'll see.
But yeah, it ain't looking too hot. So it was one of those things where
tomatoes.
I've kind of anticipated this. Basically, the point is, like, I know you don't care about Rotten Tomatoes, but when I see the, straight up critic number, I'm like, okay, this tells me if it's a good movie or not. And it doesn't look like it's a good movie, but I'm guessing it's going to be enjoyable. like I'm gonna guess this is like a Fast and Furious type of completely stupid, but The Rock fucking people up type of movie. So
I get that. That's why I don't give a shit about Ultimate, because I don't agree with that at all. About like
well,
if them critics
that's the
think
thing though,
it's
is
gonna be a good movie.
you
I'm like,
care, like, but that's the thing is like I can watch a movie and say that was enjoyable, but like holy shit, I can't believe they made that horrible fucking product. And that's why that number is true. Like I don't know what Fast 9's number is. Let's look it up right quick.
ow, fuck.
Any guess? Bet you it's high. Okay, no. So 59%.
Okay, I was gonna give it like maybe 60s.
Yeah. So as of right now, which much different. There's like 250 more reviews for Fast 9, but Black Adam is lower than that, which is not good because Fast 9's terrible.
Yeah,
Absolutely
no.
terrible. But we'll see. I mean, I've just felt this vibe ever since they started spoiling everything, and The Rock like went so fucking hard with his campaign behind this. I was like, oh no, the movie's not good. Like he has to go this fucking hard before anyone sees anything, and they have to spoil the after credit scene. It's like, oh no, this is a Morbius all over again. So we'll see. I obviously still have my tickets. We're gonna see it Thursday night. But man, if this actually isn't great, WB DC still on that struggle chain, man. It's like, come on now. We'll see.
Like struggle companies when it comes to certain aspects like genres. We're kind of known for being ass, and we'll just kind of sticks to that, even if it's not so fucking bad. That's why I'm like, I just don't care about critics and Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, I'll just go and make up my own. If it's fucking trash, then it's trash. But 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be like, yeah, this movie's fucking suck and doesn't have the quality of base of this. I'm like, just shut the fuck up. Like, I'll just go and see it. Like you're doing too much. But we'll see. Like I said, I've been ignoring every fucking thing because, like I said, The Rock talks a lot.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I have it all muted.
I'm like, oh,
I mean,
just
that number
be
comes
surprised.
Good fucking luck getting surprised when he's doing what he's doing.
Right.
Golly.
That's also true. It's like, good God. It's like I'm not watching anything. But yeah, like even if it's, excuse me, I think I saw that today actually on the way to work about the like Rotten Tomatoes and all of that. But even if it's a movie I'm anticipating or just don't care about, I just never care about Rotten. But we'll see. I hope it's not trash. I really hope. It's not trash.
That's the thing.
Because that will hurt. That will really fucking hurt. Given, like you said, the passion, it's been so long, and DC needs a win.
Well, that's the problem. Is like he's had this role for so long. They've had so long to prepare. It's like there's no way they came out of the gate with a bad script. Like they've had the time, the prep time. They've had the star to like demand perfection, and like that's the problem. Is I have high standards for this because it's been fucking over a decade since he got cast as his character. So like, Deadpool me because you've had twice as long as they had with Deadpool to make this movie. So like, give me a fucking awesome script and we'll see what happens. But I don't know, man.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. So the other thing I had is you briefly touched on it. It has been confirmed the good old Indy of the Jones will also be playing the Ross of General. For Thunderbolts. Right. Right. Which I'm like, and I believe I tweeted about this. I'm like, I'm sure Harrison Ford will be fine running around grunting about superheroes and shit. But Ed Harris was right.
That's what I mean, man.
There. Like, right there. And I'm like, and he's still a mobile ass, old ass man.
That's correct.
If fucking Harrison Ford sneezes too hard, production is shut down. So I'm just like, he's gonna have to be standing the entire movie. I don't know. It just worries me. And now we're gonna get, Red Hulk, Harrison Ford down the line, and I don't know. What are you thinking about this?
I mean, no, I'm right there with you. I just like Harrison Ford is a phenomenal actor, obviously. The problem is the guy is so successful that he doesn't give a shit about anything anymore. It's just all about a paycheck. Like that's the whole point of every single project that he does. And
Literally,
somebody's immediate response to that is, well, every actor is all about a paycheck. And I'm like, correct, sure. But like, I don't know. I do not get excited about seeing Harrison Ford in anything because he's not going for an Oscar. He's not going for a good script. He's just like, I'll fuck around and, how much you gonna pay me? Like, that's why he goes to Star Wars Celebration. That's why he goes to, D23 for Indiana Jones. Like, he's getting fucking paid for those appearances and all that kind of stuff. So when I see this, I see a guy that he's going to show up. He's going to do exactly what he's supposed to do. Not a hint more than what they ask him. People are going to be bringing up comics. He's going to say, I don't know anything about that. Yeah. I mean, like I just immediately see, like BD from Comic Book always at like premieres takes comics and like tries to have the star sign them. And like, I just already know that Harrison Ford will have not even seen whatever book BD brings to him. Like, he does not give a fuck. He'll never be in pajamas, I bet. Like, he will do facial capture for whatever Red Hulk eventually looks like.
It's gonna have to, right?
And but he will never do any of the motion capture bullshit. He doesn't care about the fandom. He doesn't care about the end product. He's just gonna show up and get paid. So yeah, I see many other options like an Ed Harris. I think he would be perfect.
Yes, he would.
Which we've spoke about before. I also think Stephen Lang could have been. If they really wanted to fucking
good old slang,
homie up.
Yep.
He looks like he could be a goddamn Red Hulk. So like, I could see that.
Yes, he does.
So yeah, at the end of the day, I'm pretty frustrated because I just immediately. My excitement for the project is much lower because they're just going for somebody that's staying in the Disney family. They work well. They do, all these things. It's like, go for people that want the role. Like, you already know for a fact that he wasn't the one to make the call to say like, hey, I'm interested. Like,
oh, definitely not.
So I wish that they would go for more people like that. But sadly, here we are.
Yeah, it's really horrible. That's not horrible. Let me not say that.
It'll be fine.
It was unfortunate. Yeah, it'll be fine. And it was revealed today that Scarlett Johansson is also producing the movie. Which is interesting. I'm like, okay.
That makes me even less excited. Okay.
Yeah,
that's what I mean, is like Marvel is somehow, which we'll kind of talk about it later for She-Hulk, but like it seems like Disney as a whole is like it's becoming more of that factory, like keep it in-house, like, oh, we killed off Scarlet, but like we still love to work with her and we want her for this, what's that other like Haunted Mansion or something she's gonna do or something like that, whatever that Disney ride is. And that was the whole thing, was like she had that beef with her contract for Black Widow because it went to Disney Plus, and then everybody was like, oh shit, they're gonna have to recast her like out of that movie, and then she ended up getting her ass fucking paid. She's still on that movie, and she looks like she also was like, yeah, go ahead and throw me on another Marvel shit, like pay me an ass ton of money to be there on set for no fucking reason. It's like, okay, we'll do it because you're a big name and we want to keep you happy. That's what it kind of seems like. And I wish they would fucking go for those people we don't know about, man. Like, I don't know.
They're one big family, and they want to keep it within this shit. So I'm like, we'll see. Thunderbolts, ever since the lineup of the team, just had me like, so we'll just see how it goes from there, I guess.
But like here we go. So like what Kenya just said. Do I think Salma Hayek has read any comics? Do I think she read any comics before she got cast? No. But do I think she is the type of actress that like really got into it and liked the idea? Yeah. I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm not wrong. I'm just saying that
Better chance than Harrison Ford.
That's what I mean. I could bet you $1,000 openly right now, and I don't even have it, but I know I'll win the bet. If we're talking about Harrison fucking Ford, this is a guy that's been Han Solo for 50 years, and if you ask him any Star Wars question, he's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking out.
I just did it for the paycheck.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. He is great in The Force Awakens. Mm-hmm. He's actually great in his cameo in The Rise of Skywalker. Like, for what he had, it's great. I fucking hate the movie, but like him showing up, it worked. You know, the execution was there. And yeah, I mean, Harrison Ford gets paid, and I can't blame him. That's exactly how I would be if I was him. I would not give a fuck. Like, yeah, I'd be like, they just want to keep giving me these franchises. Like, let's go. Like, how long do I got to be on set? Like, oh, I'm on set for 3 weeks in a suit. Then I do some facial capture stuff for 2 weeks in a studio, and then I'm out. And my character beats the shit out of Hulk. What? He's like, this is hilarious. Like, I mean, I can't blame him one bit. So we'll see. Yep. But I think there's other actors out there that could have been about that life.
Oh, by far. By far. Shit. Fucking Stephen Lang himself. Just paint me red. I'll go fuck somebody else.
That's right. I mean, fuck, man.
I'm already swole. Just do that shit. Yeah. But it's whatevs. We'll see. All right. So, my boss texted me. Oh shit. Send it over to you. Tell me to send out the boxes. Not 20 banner. Ooh.
What?
So my boss just texted me because there's like a whole bunch of my company sent her a whole bunch of like boxes, like products and shit. And she's like, "Hey, I'm getting ready to send you all those boxes right now in the Uber." I'm like, and it's gonna take about 20 to 25 minutes. I'm like, "Ma'am, I am filming right now. I don't think that's gonna happen." So I'm just like, ooh. Yeah, that's wild.
That ain't gonna fly.
It's not gonna fly. And plus, it also sucks is that there's a lot of boxes. I have no elevator.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So it's fucking 5 flights by myself, going back and forth to do shit. Do you know how pissed I'm about to be? And just angry. Oh god,
that doesn't work. That's a no for me, dog.
Right. Right. Okay. Sorry that I have nothing else for out there. Unless there's anything you wanted to bring about.
I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm good.
Cool.
Did she say, "Oh, well, you're fucking fired"?
Can you imagine? Well, don't come in. All right, so that's gonna do it for out there in the world. Sorry, that threw me off. I'm just like, that immediately just put me in a damper.
Right.
Excuse me.
That flight of stairs cannot be good.
It's not good, and not to carry these boxes. I don't know how fucking big they are. Someone has to do multiple. Oh my god. Anywho,
they can't even. So like, wait, hold on. So somebody's gonna come drop something hurts. Off.
Yes, fucking Uber.
Oh, she's Ubering the shit to you.
Yes.
Okay, so I would have said you need to drop him a $40 tip and have the motherfucker help me. Like, that's wild. I love how she's like, you obviously don't live on the 5th floor with no elevator. Like,
Anywho. All right, so that's going to do it for Out There in the World. If you feel like there's anything that we've missed, please let it be known in the live chats. and or playback, as we like to. Did I say playback again? I feel like I did. Or did I say playback?
I might have been right.
Okay. But yes, as we like to peek in the comment section every once in a while, so let it be known there. All right. We have what did I just do? We have a lot to talk about. There we go. I was like, what did I do? I'm fucking up right now. That really threw me for I'm hitting the wrong buttons and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's funny because my audio is messing up at the same time, so it's like we're both just like flustered.
Talking. I was like, what's happening? This is a technical difficulty episode.
I might have to switch to my other headset here.
All right. I saw. Well, let's start off with this. We have a lot of universe building that was dropped today, and that is the Reeves verse is getting an expansion. So we have the sequel to the Batman, and we have a whole bunch of spin-offs and series based off the lovely Rogues Gallery, it seems, of the Batman, which we have Penguin, we have the Catwoman show, we have, what did I always mention? There was like Clayface.
Correct. Yeah.
It was a Scarecrow, and a few others, I believe. Let me pull it up now. Do you have to see what exactly that it is? Let me see. Matt Reeves.
I'll switch my headset. Or wait, is it working right now? I think it's.
Oh, and Professor Pig.
What the fuck?
You all right?
We don't want that.
Oh, I thought that was good. We got him briefly in Gotham. That was interesting. So yes, so this makes me excited if Matt Reeves is behind it and, shepherding this whole Project Universe, which seems like he's gonna be pretty hands-on. It makes me excited, and it's characters that I'm very interested in seeing. Professor Pig, I'm just like, okay. But everything else, definitely. Clayface for sure. Scarecrow, definitely. And all the rest, we'll just see what he does. I have faith in him. So let's see. How are you feeling about it?
I mean, it's interesting that, like, we're not getting this, like, none of those characters were in the Batman,
right?
And I don't want them to be, but it's also just interesting that, like, we're just kind of announcing this. So I kind of just have to see, because it also sounds like similar to what we were just talking about with Disney or whatever. Like, hey, we just have somebody just made an ace in the hole over here. What else can you do, Matt? Because we need some wins. And he's like, I mean, shit, let's fucking build it out, I guess. But we'll have to just see. I hope that they use the Batman and not, like, I don't need a Scarecrow movie or like the Penguin show
series, not movies.
Well, that's what I mean. Same thing. Like, I don't need a Scarecrow by itself, especially when he's not introduced in a Batman movie. Like, the Penguin is exciting because he worked so well off of what was built in the Batman, and like, it just, it was fantastic. So, and people will watch that. But like, this sounds like it could be similar. Obviously, it's not the same thing, but it could be similar to something like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where, like, it's connected. And, like, that's kind of all we get. And it's like, but is it if he never meets the Batman? And then are you going to have a whole series on a character and then just have him jump right into a sequel for a movie? And, like,
that could probably happen.
But, like, my dad won't know any of that shit because he's not going to watch this show. So
you got to educate him, man.
But that's the thing is, I mean, there's a chance I won't watch the show. I mean, I got too much fucking shows going on. So I don't know. It's an interesting decision, but obviously, anytime there's world building, as long as Matt Reeves is literally the one thinking of this stuff, like, he's the mind behind it, I'm like, okay, at least that quality will be there, is my thought. But I mean, hell, we don't know. At the end of the day, I know his, he was going to do a Gotham PD show
It was.
that kind of got flipped around and has become something new. Because even he didn't like his idea after a little bit. So we'll just have to kind of see. But definitely cool characters announced. I mean, I can't say that's not, those ideas aren't good.
Except
so we'll just see.
Pig.
I'll pass on that.
But
come on.
He can be very dark because he's a really fucked up, gruesome individual.
I mean, I don't know shit about him, but I just immediately am like, you're gonna have Robert Pattinson's Batman say like, Professor Pig, that he's over here and he's doing. I'm like, no, shut the fuck up about that. Like,
he's basically a fucking butcher in a pig's mask. And crazy. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what Kenya said.
That's wild.
It's interesting. I'm here for it. I don't think they're not going to get Robert Pattinson to be jumping all over these damn shows. You'll probably get a cameo of him or Bruce, or while somebody's having a conversation on the street, you'll see Batman like jump over a building or something.
Yeah, I see that.
Right, that type of thing. Which still can be cool. But it's just, I want more establishment and want the Batman 2 to be out first, because right now, Robert's Batman to me isn't any of that. Like the jumping through buildings and the flashing and this and that.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's a good point.
Going against all these people. So I'm just like,
he can't handle that rogues gallery. Like, you're going to set all them up right now. He's dead. Like, legitimately, that's just, I mean, the way that he runs into shit, he needs to learn over time slowly. And like, by the time we see him in the Batman 2, he's supposed to have 7 more fucking villains. Like, I don't know.
A lot. We'll see. All right. I think so. We're moving on for that one. We'll see what happens. Only time will tell. Abandoned went back, right? Only time will tell. Let us see. Okay. So, I saw a little movie.
Oh, yeah?
Over the weekend, which I know you did not. But
did Kenya see it, or is he about to run out of here? Because this motherfucker's all about horror and everything. And he just won't watch.
He better have seen it at this damn point. But the saga came to an end. Halloween ends. Debuted in theaters and on Peacock, starring the Curtis Lee of Jamie.
He gone.
Oh, we'll do like a wave, or I'll text you when like we're done.
I know, yeah, exactly, man. What are you doing?
I don't. And he's like Mr. Horror guy, like, hey, to see all this, and then fucking.
I've been busy. Okay, that's
never watches it. Oh, what did he say? It comes.
He said his boy getting married. I think this weekend he's getting married, so been helping him. I guess that's a good excuse. But also, you were supposed to see it Thursday night. I'm like, not like you don't work Friday. I fucking know you were here, but that's all right.
But anywho, all right. So this is spoiler discussion because Logan's ass isn't gonna go see this.
I already know some stuff, so let's just. I want to hear your thoughts. So fucking.
This is the thrilling conclusion to the over 40-year fucking setup that we've had and the end of their modern day trilogy. So this essentially takes place 4 years after Kills.
Okay.
With everyone essentially, I don't want to say moving on, with Laurie at least moving on and not letting fear run her life.
Okay.
Of the events of what happened after losing her daughter and everything else. So she lives with a granddaughter. She bought a house. She has like no weapons, no traps. She's like, I'm just gonna live my life and not let fear run me. And Michael hasn't been seen in 4 years after it all happened. So this movie eventually ends up mirroring the original trilogies of films.
Okay.
So it was me watching this movie. When I saw a certain thing, I already knew which direction it was going, and it automatically made me just kind of like, okay.
I might even know what you're talking about, but I want to just hear what you.
So essentially, Michael Myers is basically not in this goddamn film. He's in it for like 5, maybe 10 minutes, if
Are you like?
that.
Are you being legitimate when you say that?
Oh yeah, I'm being very legitimate. Michael Myers is barely in this goddamn movie.
What the fuck are they thinking?
So what happens is at the beginning of the movie we see this. We're introduced to this kid named Corey, who's a babysitter on Halloween night, a year after the events of the first film. And he's just babysitting this little asshole of a kid. And the kid's like, yeah, fuck you, you're a horrible babysitter, yada, yada, yada. He plays a Halloween prank on him, locks him in the attic, and he starts freaking the fuck out.
Who does? The kid or the...
The kid locks the babysitter in.
Okay, so Corey's in the attic.
Corey's in the attic.
Okay.
Like, let me go, like, let me out, yada, yada, because obviously the kid was missing, so he's thinking, oh my God, Michael Myers just came and got this kid or some shit, I don't fucking know. The parents are on the way home. He's kicking the door, like, let me the fuck out, oh my God. He finally kicks the door open. The kid is on the other side of the door, gets smacked in the head by the door and falls down like 3 stories of steps right in front of his parents. Dead.
He kills the kid.
He kills the kid.
Well, fucking deserved.
So it's like, yeah, because he was a little piece of shit.
Well, so first of all, what were the repercussions of that? Did he get in trouble, or was it like?
It was the parents finding him. What did you do? Title sequence, and then now we're to present day. So yikes. I guess there was no really full explanation. Like it was accident. Like, oh, he got reprimanded, but he got let go because it wasn't no crazy ass shit. So we're meeting Lori and her granddaughter. We're all being caught up, and yeah, I've moved on with my life. She's writing a novel on the experience and having a whole thing. We're reintroduced to Corey. So what is going on is they're saying ever since the events of the last film, the town has been off. Like people have just been, succumbing to their deepest like fear or anger or whatever it may be, just takes hold of them. People are killing themselves. There's murders beyond belief, like before. And we don't know what's happening. Corey's coming back, and then he gets bullied all the fucking time because he's known throughout the town as like, yo, you killed that fucking kid. Like, holy shit, like, you freak, yada, 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 yada.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay.
You fucking freak.
And he runs into Lori because he's getting picked on at the gas station by these fucking 12-year-olds. I'm like, what? Dude, beat their ass. You're a grown man. So I'm like, okay, fine. He runs into the kids again. They beat the shit out of him and throw him over a bridge. So I'm like, oh, okay. And all of a sudden, off frame, we see him getting just dragged along. This homeless man is like, oh shit. And we see him getting dragged into like this little like sewage drain. So I'm like, okay, I'm imagining this is Michael. Mm-hmm. And then he wakes up. He's in the sewers. Like, what the fuck is happening? Tries to leave. Michael grabs him by the throat. Does not kill him. He's choking him for like 20 minutes, but he's looking dead into his face. And all of a sudden, we get a transition of Corey, like the kid falling, him being traumatized, and all this other shit. Yeah. So basically, Michael is imprinting on this man. I'm like, oh, okay. And lets him go. The kid, Corey, ends up falling for Lori's granddaughter. So they meet and they're trying to, hook up, and he's cute, yada, 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 because he works at a car garage, a tow, whatever the fuck. So he fixes cars and shit and tows cars.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to find the best way to like talk about this shit. So essentially what happens is Corey just starts having enough. Like it's all building up. People keep bullying me, yada, yada, yada. I'm just about to start killing folks. And that's essentially what he does. He brings somebody else to Michael, has Michael kill him, like a random innocent dude or an asshole in this case.
Okay.
And when we see Michael, he's fucked up. Like, he's hunched up. He's like, fucking shit. Like,
Okay.
it's been years. So when Corey brings him a victim, Michael starts killing him. And I thought this was really fucking cool because right now I have no idea where the story is going. So as Michael is killing him, you see him like start like fucking shake up and like get back to his normal self as
Straighten
he's killing
out.
somebody. I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's dope. I get where they're going with this. Oh God, then this shit just turned around. Just turned. So, like I said, he's dating the granddaughter. Lori runs into this kid and immediately is just thrown the fuck off. She's like, whoa. So in her words is, I saw evil in his eyes. When I look at him, I see Michael. And of course, the granddaughter's like, you have to let it go. Oh. The granddaughter in this is a fucking asshole. She's stupid as hell.
Got it.
Going from somebody who experienced the first two movies to being with this kid who you know is trouble. He tells you, hey, I killed somebody, which was the kid, which was an accident.
Oh, that's right.
But you see him like you're smart enough to know what the fucked up looks like when you see it after what you've been through.
Sure.
But she's like, fuck it. I want to be out of Haddonfield and my grandmother and this and that and holding me back to the point she turns on her grandmother because she's like, listen, I don't want you hanging with this kid. He's fucked up. So I'm like, you're an idiot. So basically this turns into like the Bonnie and Clyde love story of Halloween. This is all this movie is. We're following Corey the whole entire fucking time. And him and the granddaughter. And let's leave the city together. And he keeps, the more movie goes on, the more and more Corey is killing people. Unhinged, snapping. But he's bringing Michael along with these kills. So it's like, he's like, okay, oh my God, I'm killing somebody. And then somebody else will try to run and Michael will be there. And he'll finish off the other person.
Okay, so he's like so Michael is the Robin.
Yes, right now.
Batman. Okay.
Absolutely. Until Michael. Oh God! Until one night, Corey's like, you know what? You have something I want. This kid goes in the sewer and just proceeds to punk the fuck out of Michael Myers. Puts him down to the ground, takes his mask off, and just runs. So the rest of the night, this kid is dressed up as Michael Myers, going around killing all these people. Meanwhile, Michael Myers chilling in the sewer like, this kid just fucking bitched me.
Yeah.
Because he fully, so the whole story of what they're trying to convey is
Jesus
Michael
Christ.
Myers' presence is all over the city.
Right.
People are just innately just giving into their basic fucking horrible instincts and reenacting these because fear has literally run and imprinted on this city. He ran into Michael, imprinted him. The same shit that's been happening to Michael when he was a kid was happening to Corey now. So he is basically embodying evil now for Michael Myers. And that's what's happening. So Lori is like, hey, if the town fucking hates me, because everyone that sees me is like, it's your fault. The reason why Michael Myers is going so fucking crazy. You're a bitch. Yada, yada, yada. Her granddaughter just turned on her because she's going to run away with this psychopath. So Laura was like, you know what? I'm going to fucking kill myself.
Oh.
I'm going to kill myself. Fuck it all. So Corey is on his killing spree, killing everyone who wronged him, killing the kids, killing this fucking weird radio DJ, just killing people. He goes to Lori's house. He's like, I'm about to kill myself. We hear a gunshot and something spray across the wall. We're like, would this bitch just really kill herself? She smashed a pumpkin. She knew she was there the whole time. It was like, did you really think I was going to fucking kill myself? And just shoots this motherfucker down. I mean, he falls over the railing and it's like, wow, fucked up. So she goes down and is like, listen, you want to kill me? Here's what's up. The granddaughter's coming home while this is happening. And he looks at Lori and says, you know, if I can't have her, nobody fucking can. And he stabs himself in the neck. I'm like, okay, got it. So when Lori picks up the knife and the daughter walks in, it looks like she just fucking killed the boyfriend. So I'm like, oh my God. So she's like, fuck you. Why would you? Oh my God. And she leaves. And Lori just sits down crying because she's like, holy fuck, my life right now. But shit gets real because now the actual Michael is like, where the fuck's my mask? It walks in the house. And it's like, oh, here it is.
So you never see him without his mask? Like they hide that the whole time?
Yeah, like you see glimpses of like the real fucked up burn side, so you don't really see anything.
Yeah, okay, got you.
So now
Hey,
Michael
Garrison, I'm
Myers
not gonna watch
is
it.
in the house. And Laura's like, oh shit, word. And here we go. So then they have the whole fight, which is pretty fucking cool.
Okay.
What everyone came for and what this whole movie was marketed towards, we get the last 5 minutes of the movie. Because Michael Myers is nowhere to be found. We're following Corey and the granddaughter, and that's it. So they're beating the fuck out of each other, and she finally pins him. So she's like stabbing him with knives all through the table, like in his hands, his legs, throws a fucking refrigerator on top of him, so he's just done. So she's like, you know what? And she grabs another knife, and she's gangster with it. I'm like, oh, heard it. It's like, you know what? I thought you were the boogeyman, this, that, and that, but you're just a fucking man who's about to take his last breath. And she cuts his throat, and then she slits his wrists, and he's just bleeding the fuck out on the table. But in a last effort, he jumps up and fucking chokes the shit out of her. And she's like, do it. Fucking kill me. That's it. And they're showing us like their whole history and the original and the saga. It's like, wow, they're about to kill Laurie Strode. Right. But the granddaughter comes and is like, no, and breaks Michael's arm. And she's like, I'm not going to let this happen to you. It's like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay. So what they do, the cops come, they see Michael on the table, and she's like, she's dead. And like, we know what, we're going to fucking make sure. So, in which I thought this was cool. They strap Michael up to the car. They parade him through town as they're going, to the destination. Everyone sees this, so the whole town is just coming with them.
Wait, he is on top of the car, or like
he's on top? He's like on the hood of the car. Yeah, like they tied him down.
God, man!
And the whole city's here, and they go to this junkyard. And so they literally said, you know what? Put them on this. So the machine that they used to literally demolish cars and crush them? They got this motherfucker sitting on that. And of course, Laurie is the one to go up there and just push him in. And they grind the fuck out of Michael Myers. Like, just done. I'm like, wow, all right. That's it. So, safe to say, I did not like this movie.
Okay.
I knew what they were trying to go for, and it emulated the original Halloween 3. But Michael wasn't in the movie fucking at all. And everyone was just influenced to do evil and bad through a frequency that kept playing on the TV. So with this, they showed like, hey, Corey is like, hey, when I look at this radio tower, this big signal, I just feel something. Like, I feel like I can just yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, okay, they're going very Season of the Witch with this, which is the 3. Which is a signal is going to kill everybody, whatever the fuck. But they ignored their own rules from the previous movies. Michael Myers literally withstood every fucking thing in life. Stabbed, burned, shot, blunted, everything.
Yeah.
But he died just by getting like, oop, slit your throat in this, you're dead. Huh? You built him up to be the supernatural figure, but you just made him a man at the end of it, which is fine, but stick to that.
He also like imprinted on this kid and like sent his vibe through, which is like a supernatural sounding thing. I don't know if maybe they didn't play it as that, but it sounded when you explained it as that.
No, very much so. It's like you abandoned your own rules when it comes to Michael Myers. You didn't have him in the shit. You tried to install fear as the main like antagonist of the film and how everyone succumbs to it and yada yada yada. But I'm like, that's not what you marketed the movie as. So that's what's frustrating. Like, if you would have laid that out, okay, I know what I'm getting into.
Correct.
But you fucked up a conclusion to a saga that was fucking legendary, and this is what you gave us. 2 seconds of that saga.
Crazy.
And then you got Michael Myers bitched by some kid who is a fucking lunatic.
So that's the thing. So from the stuff that I saw, basically all I had heard was basically they follow a new character the whole time.
Yep, Corey.
And somebody was like, the fucking guy is in a, mechanic's suit, like what Michael Myers wears. And so it's like, it's so on the nose that they're trying to make Michael Myers there could be multiple. Like it's, you know,
Yep.
and
Anyone can wear the mantle.
correct.
Michael
Yeah,
Myers,
mantle.
yes.
That's a good way to put it. And I did not know that Michael Myers was barely in the movie, because also correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't these movies supposed to take place only on Halloween?
Yeah.
Like, but so you're telling me that Corey is like going to Michael all throughout the year in the sewer? Or
no,
like,
so he finds him like literally 2 days before Halloween.
but it is before Halloween.
It is before Halloween.
Okay.
So he gets pulled in there, finds him, gets imprinted on, and he's like, hey, fucking show me how to kill, dude. Because he brings this asshole cop who liked the granddaughter too. Because they had a run-in at a diner when they was planning their escape from fucking Haddonfield.
Because,
So
we have diners all the time now.
Right, because the cop followed him after he had that moment. He's like, I'm going to teach him a fucking lesson. But it was a trap. He lured him in to see Michael. He said, teach me how to fucking kill. Teach me. And then Michael Myers was like, yeah, sure. He's just fucking killing this fucker.
Fuck, man. Michael Myers has a son, the son he never had over here.
Yes. Because he immediately doesn't kill this man. Even when he's around, he's like, yeah, fuck it. Like, this is my homie, it's my apprentice. Got it. And that's about it. And he visits him a few times in the sewer. He takes him on a murder run once, and then goes back and bitches him for his mask. And is like, I got this from here. Thanks.
Wild.
Yeah.
I mean, so this is the thing. So like Kenya, Devin in the chat here, who's not listening at the moment, but like last week, you and I both loved Werewolf by Night. This is obviously a very different thing than Werewolf by Night, but that is like classic horror. And I feel like that is literally made for someone like Devin, who loves the old school shit. Like that's just the way he is. He's like, oh yeah, like obviously that has a tone and a vibe that is not like this, but I love it for that, whatever. And then he was texting me on like Monday, and he was like, hey, are you gonna see Halloween Ends? And I was like, no. I was like, I haven't seen any of, like I've seen bits and pieces of like the original, and that's it, And he was like, man, he's like, I really got to recommend like the 2018 one, I think is when the first one of this new trilogy came out. He's like, that one's really great. And he's like,
it is.
Halloween Kills. He's like, it does kind of fall off because it's just it's a lot. And I was like, yeah, I remember you seeing it and saying so. And he was like, but man, he's like, I think they know what they're doing with this last one and whatever. And I was like, hey man, you're talking it up, but like, I'm not going to get to it before Thursday type of thing. And that was just kind of the end of it. And obviously he didn't even go see it. But what I told him when we ended the conversation, I said, I hadn't heard anything about Halloween Kills. I said, you need to watch, because what he ended up saying was he hadn't watched Werewolf by Night yet because he was like, he was annoyed or like frustrated over the weekend with like some bullshit. And he's like, I don't want to watch something while I'm in a bad mood because I'll fucking hate the thing. And I was like, okay, I get that vibe. Like, I get it. And so I told him, I said, hey man, I said, you need to watch Werewolf by Night before you see Halloween Kills, just in case that shit's garbage. And he's like, yeah, whatever. I bet you he hadn't watched Werewolf by Night yet either. But it's crazy to me that like they actually had no idea what they were doing. And obviously they had an idea that was interesting. And I can, like you said, I can see what their thought process was. But the fact that that's what they decided to go with and not just here's what people are coming for. And also they make the movie first. Didn't they delay the movie first of all? Like,
I don't know. I don't remember.
But
recall.
They make the movie and then understand that it is not great. So they market it as the movie that we would all expect.
Right.
And I mean, really, this was the easiest home run you could have, because you could just have you could redo like, yep, he's walking after someone that can't seem to fucking outrun him and he's going to kill him and it's going to be a badass kill. Like, that's all people want. and then eventually, have some tormenting, and eventually have the big fight between the two of them at the end, and somehow have her figure out a way to truly kill him. But and that's all, like, that is not a hard movie to make. And the fact that they were like, just fucking go crazy with some other shit is wild to me.
It's not, because it had so many good aspects to it, like story-wise and what they're trying to go for. Like, I'm really digging this. It falls apart with this character as the through line, like fucking Corey.
Yeah.
We do not need him for as long as we do. It fucks everything up. And it turns characters into dumbasses that don't have that tradition at all or that history. You could have used him in the beginning that you did. Have him be like hey, fuck at the town. I came across fucking Michael Myers. Got it. Hey, dude, here, show me how to kill. Fucking Michael, kill that fucker. Be like, oh shit, I'm back, bitch. Yes. Kill Corey's ass. And like, okay, cool. I have some shit to finish. This movie would have been fucking dope as fuck. It worked. Yeah. Like, because you had so much. Even the stuff with Laurie, amazing. Her personal story was great. So I'm like, y'all just fucked up with this extra narrative that you didn't have to do with this character. And that's what's frustrating. So I don't know. People on the internet I see are fucking absolutely loving this shit and think it's like, oh, it's amazing. The story doing this, yada, yada, yada.
I've seen the complete opposite.
I've seen both.
Like 90%, literally everyone but Adam Havlack that I've seen hates this movie. And that's interesting to me.
Yeah, but I'm getting both.
Like, listen, I guess it makes sense. That's you. But here's the thing. I know you don't care about Rotten Tomatoes, but just to let you know, so the critic score's 39%, so that's dog shit. Audience score over 1,000 verified ratings, 57%. So not great. And I mean, at the end of the day, man, that's also true. It's like they had good ideas and they even executed certain things well, but like, the idea to have a new lead character, like you could have a new supporting character that does some things and whatever, but like that sounds like a legitimate lead who has been in almost no marketing. Like, he should be on the poster. He should be a big face on the poster for what movie you're marketing, and instead you just get surprised by this. And so that is where, like, I bet you the movie is not even as bad as you think. Like, it's
honestly not.
Like, if I watched no trailers and went into it, I probably could enjoy it more because I didn't get the false, marketing campaign.
Right.
So I completely understand, and they should get their box office should be destroyed, and they should be absolutely killed for it, because at the end of the day, it tells you that the studio itself knew, oh, we have not made a product that people are excited for. Let's not show them any of that. Show them all the things that they would expect to get from this, and hopefully enough people go see it that opening weekend before people find out what it really is. And that sucks. That really sucks. But here we are. Studio bullshit.
Yeah, no, it's very much that. It was just disappointing, because without that, this movie could have really been great. But just that sucker punch, man, really fucked shit up. And I knew right in the middle of the movie, if not soon, I was like, this is what we're doing. This is what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So it was just frustrating, because, like I said, people who are fans of the series know where it was going. Minute certain things happen, it's like, oh fuck,
correct.
Call back. Here we go. So I don't know. It was, yeah. And Laurie survives, by the way. She does not die, so she lives on, which is great, and I wanted her to.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on from that, let us know what you thought. If you loved the movie, if you hated it. Yeah, we're done. Just let us know in the comment sections below. And yeah, we'll see. But this definitely hurt. It hurt a little bit. Especially when he bitched Michael Myers. Oh my god, that pissed me off.
Hey,
Ugh.
we waved it off. You can't talk about it anymore.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Okay, sorry. It's just frustrating. Okay. So now we got some shows to talk about.
Yes, sir.
And I just want to start with this one because I can't. My pressure is too much. House of the Dragon did episode 9. Okay, let me compose myself.
So before you even start talking, so I saw this morning, I was on Twitter for a second, and I saw that you last night were like, "Hey, I'm about to start the episode, and I'm going to live tweet it."
Mm.
And I think I liked the first one, and then I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm not going to look at any of his tweets. I was like, I want to hear what you have to say. So I don't know how you feel about it. I'm pretty sure I know how you feel about it. But episode 9, what you got?
Okay. So it comes up, immediately follows, hey, King's dead. Immediately I'll see where the fuck her name is, Alicent.
There you go.
Was like, hey, nobody can know this shit. Who the fuck else knows? Rally up the shady ass crew.
Do we need to do a full recap like
you know
just did of the movie?
No,
just give me your review. What?
No, we don't, because
like you can talk about points.
That very past. Yes.
Like talk about because here's the thing is just for anyone that's watching this, like John is hook, line, and sinker fucking despises Alicent Hightower, and it's fantastic.
Yes.
And this is her episode.
Yes. Her first goddamn words out of her mouth. The king said on his last dying breath, it was only me to hear that Aegon should be. I was like, oh my god, bitch. I was like, that's not what he's saying. It is pissing me off because everybody and their goddamn mother didn't have the brains to be like, bitch, I don't believe you. So
but they can't say because she'll kill him.
Fuck you. I don't give a damn. You mean to tell me this woman who has been well known to all the fucking houses, I don't agree with Rhaenyra being heir. I'm sorry, she'll be the son.
I don't agree. Get that vibe. Like there are so many people that are like who was it in the episode?
But hey, I'm the only one
that
heard this motherfucker say this.
But like there's Rhaenyra was or Rhaenys was the one when she went to Rhaenys and was like, I know you probably won't believe me, but in his last time, and Rhaenys is like, oh, of course he did. Like, is really like the vibe that she puts off. And that's the first person that, besides the guy that gets fucking Hulk smashed.
Fucking Leyland, was like, no, bitch.
Yeah.
No, I stand firm to this. All of you fuckers, because your crazy ass daddy was leading in a crew,
blah, blah, blah,
behind your back, doing all this shit that you just found out your goddamn self because you wanted to believe in good old daddy. He spoke truth. Fucking Sir Cunton smashed this man's head onto the goddamn table for speaking truth, while the commander of the King's Guard is like, this shit is not
he's like, I'm out till y'all figure this out.
Right. And goddamn Otto, here we go. No, fuck it. We gotta kill Rhaenyra. We gotta kill everybody. We gotta make sure can be no ties. Aegon is the heir. I was like, oh man, I want everyone to die. What? Her whole entire side. These Hightower fuckers, everyone in the green needs to die. I hate them all.
Okay, so I gotta ask you then, how do you feel? We're just gonna skip around with this, but how do you feel about the ending? So Rhaenys busts out of the ground.
Rhaenys should have killed every single fucking one of them.
Like, so here's my question.
She's going to live to regret that.
Yeah, exactly. So like, are you upset? Like in a way of, I'm talking about writing now. Like, do you like the decision of having her bust out of the ground and then not kill them? Or like, how do you feel about that whole scenario? Because we all, okay,
bitch, die. You did all this to make a statement be known. You had the moment right there.
You showboated,
like, bitch,
killed a bunch of people.
This is my fucking answer.
Yeah.
And you just said, okay, bye. No, burn them all.
Yeah.
Burn them all. And now you have this crazy fucker feeling himself on the throne now, because Mommy Dearest was like, it was his dying wish. It was not, bitch. So now he believes in himself, and we already know he's psychotic.
Yep.
Aemond is like, yeah, fuck this crazy lunatic. But you know what? I'm about to take his ass out, if not anybody else. You know he's plotting, so I'm like, fine.
But okay,
Otto and Alicent just going at it together, trying to find
Right.
Aegon first. Now we have fucking White Worm over here, who this bitch just became something, just the eyes and ears, because she has spies all in the fucking castle to let people know what's going on, while fucking Sir Limpa Jerk-a-Lot is over here telling the queen, like, hey,
he about that feet game.
he's a regular day Quentin fucking Tarantino, apparently.
Yep.
And now he's like, hey, I can get rid of all these fuckers if you want me to. Just let me know. Just show me your feet. I got you.
Yeah. And he's like, take the socks off.
Right. So as I've been thinking, I was like, does this bitch know that's a thing? And she's just doing it?
Yeah, that's correct.
Because that's what it looked like.
No, yeah. No, it seems, because that's the thing too, is you have to think about the time jumps that we've had. This has been going on for years, where he is doing things for her, and she's letting him jack off looking at her feet.
Right.
To where he even doesn't have to say it anymore. Like, she immediately knows to take her shoes off, put them up on the table, and he gives her a little bit of information, and he's like, little head nod, that means take the fucking socks off, you dirty bitch.
And that's right, because that's
Show
what
me
made me
them
think.
Piggly
I was like,
Wigglies.
they're focusing a lot on her fucking feet.
Yeah.
And taking the shit off right now. I'm like, what's happening? And I was like, oh.
And then she literally puts her feet up, she looks the other way, and he starts
Just lets
getting
him
it
have
going,
at it.
man. Yeah.
And it's just like, and I love that Renice, what the fuck her name is.
Yeah.
When they're having the whole conversation. But I was also at the same time, I was like, shit, what did you just plant in her fucking head? It was like, you didn't
Right.
see yourself on the fucking throne, yada yada. I was like, why would you say that? But she was a gangster this episode, Renice. I
No,
fucking
for sure.
loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. She should have killed them, but I loved
Right.
it.
So
But,
that's the thing. So like the faces that Alicent makes once Aegon's like, what's up, everybody?
yeah.
That face that she makes, I think, is her realizing, holy shit, no, I have not thought about myself on the
I'm
throne.
an idiot. Yeah.
And I just fucked up. Because everyone knows that Aegon is not going to be a good ruler. He's just the only option, because it's either Rhaenyra or
Right.
the firstborn son. And so she's like, he has to be it. And or my kids die. So it's very interesting, because Rhaenys is like, hey, maybe you should have played the game for yourself and not for your spoiled ass kid. And so I feel like I see that face when she's like, she's kind of iffy, and then she ends up smiling anyway and whatever. But then when it comes to Rhaenys and the writing, yeah, no, man.
It's like,
yeah,
fuck.
Yeah, she's like, motherfucker, man.
Right.
Like you're that emotionally fucked. But with Rhaenys, it was funny for the like behind the scenes thing the writers have after the episode. So the Rhaenys thing does not happen in the book with the dragon, apparently. That is completely, and they even talk about, they say, basically, this is our, Green Council episode. It's all the Greens. We have one dragon rider that's not on her team in King's Landing, and that's Rhaenys. So we needed her to have a big role in this episode to have a little bit of back and forth, but it's obviously heavily toward Alicent and her people. And the writer's like, basically, while we were writing the episode, we realized that we needed a big moment at the end of the episode, and Rhaenys seemed like a perfect opportunity for that. So we just had her bust through the bottom and have this unbelievable moment. And he's like, and a lot of people are going to be upset, but she makes the decision to not kill them. And it's like, yeah, because you did everything that character would do besides the obvious thing, which is, I'm going to make a massive statement. I'm going to kill a bunch of, innocent civilians. And then I'm going to show everyone that they're corrupt. This is a coup, all these things. And I'm going to fucking murder them on the spot to save the world. And instead you wrote it as she just needs a big moment, and then she's going to dip out and go tattletale. And it's like, nah, like you should have taken, like, you're a warrior, you're a dragon rider,
Right.
and like you're protecting your grandkids now because both of your kids are gone. You're like all these things, and it's very, very interesting.
And they're coming for your fucking kids and grandkids and
Right.
shit, bitch. You just
And so that's the thing, is they will massively regret, Rhaenys will massively regret not doing that. It makes no sense whatsoever, logic wise, but they try to play it off as, because Alicent jumps in front of Aegon and Rhaenys is like, like, I'm a mother, I've lost my kids, let me not take that away from her. It's like, but the problem is,
you take a shit away. You kill them both of them at the same time.
that's what I mean. So like, this is terrible to say, but legitimately, a parent, the worst thing in the world for a parent is to lose their kid.
Right.
The best thing in the world in a horrible situation is for a parent to die trying to save their kid. Like, that's where the honor of it all that kind of stuff comes into it. So it's like, if anything, I almost would have liked it if Alicent ran off and left Aegon there, and Rhaenys sees him alone and realizes none of them believe in this coup. And it's like, nah, like, let's go to war and let's show them what a real family's like. Because Rhaenyra's side is legit. Like, it's her uncle, husband, Daemon. Like, that's family. It's, her bastard kids with Rhaenys's granddaughters. It's obviously Rhaenys and all of Valyria over there. Or and so it's like, it has what Alicent and Otto have. No one else on the Greens have that, where they kind of just like, oh no, like you fucking get it. And even though we see differently in a certain way, our end goal is the same. And so like, they're about that. And so I could see that being a little bit better, but they really played Alicent in this episode as like, she just truly thinks that she's doing the right thing. And no, I don't want to kill Rhaenyra. I just want her to, say, to bend the knee. That's all I want. And, Otto's like, we got to fucking kill her, which he's right. If you're going to do this, you better kill all them. Anybody with a dragon. Like, I don't know. But the episode's great. It really is a really good episode. It's slow. And, the whole Aegon missing thing, I thought was literally 15 to 20 minutes too long, to show that he's into some shit and he got taken captive by some prostitutes. Like,
right. With kids spread out all across the city.
Right. Because that's the thing too, is for us, we already knew that. Like, we had been told, like, he's raping women. He's, out doing shit he's not supposed to be doing. He's been doing that for a long time.
Right.
Because he was jacking off in the window like 12 years ago or whatever is when that was now, or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
And so it's like, who knows what he's been doing. So yeah, it's a really good episode though. I'm just honestly, now I'm very excited for this finale, because I'm guessing it's obviously
mad with that already.
Why? What do you mean?
I'm just mad we're at the fucking finale already. I'm like, Jesus.
I can tell you right now, I'm furious that they're not even going to start filming the second season until April. That is horrible planning. I mean, did they really not expect this to be successful?
That sounds about right. Fucking all Game of Thrones take like 25,000 years to fucking
I don't know, man.
Making film.
But they don't have to do that. Like, they could have already been prepared. But anyway, yeah, I'm very excited for next episode. I think we're gonna get some shit.
I think so too.
Like, it's gonna be not fun. But heavy Rhaenyra, heavy Daemon. And we'll
this
see
bitch is still pregnant, so I don't know how much war she's gonna be doing. But
right, that's correct.
We'll see. I just want everyone green just dead. That's it. Just die. Horrible, slow.
I'm gonna guess if anyone lives the whole way through, I'm gonna guess it's Alicent. So get ready.
It's gonna be frustrating if so. Everyone fucking dies with this bitch.
Because
Oh my God.
I'm more excited for, like, I actually hate Otto more than Alicent.
I hate them both.
So like I'm excited for when Otto dies. Like that's gonna be a fucking great death.
Yes, it will.
And I hope it's slow and painful. And,
I don't want no just fucking Dracarys ass fucking
Yeah, no.
quirking over it. No.
Yeah.
Rip his spine out and like swing him from like a
Yeah,
chandelier. Or
I
some
want
shit.
the
I don't
dragon
fucking
to
know.
just peel him, and just like
Oh yeah. Ugh.
it'd be fucking great.
Or just have him die by lizards. How ironic. We'll see. I don't know. Put him in the fucking Komodo fucking pit. I don't fucking know. Let's do that
Komodo
shit.
dragons?
Yeah, Komodo dragons. Did I say kimono?
We have real dragons over here. We don't need the Komodo dragons. So
That's true, but they're too big. They'll be too fast. I want something small that can
get some baby ones.
peel. Oh yeah, get the big ones. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's right. All right. So now that we have that, let's wrap it up to the very last topic of the evening because I feel like shit. So,
Okay.
all right. So, House of the Dragon wasn't the only show debuting episode 9, but we actually have the season finale of She-Hulk. I personally really love this episode.
Okay.
Just because, of course, the meta-ness of it all, but it's speaking directly to all those with issues of the show and just trolls and bullshit. And it talks about Marvel itself and how they handle finales and movies and things of that nature. So essentially, just, Jen gets fucking locked up for spazzing the fuck out. She goes to fucking Emil's retreat. They're having a fucking intelligentsia meeting there. We come to find out it's Todd behind the whole fucking thing. Okay. I mean, not a surprise. We know he's involved, but didn't think he was the head of the motherfucker.
Correct.
And then literally superpowered beings start dropping out of nowhere and fighting, and Abomination is here. He broke his treaty.
Yep.
Hulk shows up. Hulk shows up. Titania shows up. Todd gets turned into a Hulk. And fucking Jennifer's just like, what the fuck is happening? And then she steps into our world, literally. She goes to the Disney lot. She goes to Marvel Studios, breaks in the fucking writer's room, is like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Somebody let me know. And they're talking about all this crazy shit. He's like, listen, this is what Kevin wants. So everybody's like, yo, we're about to see Kevin Feige in this motherfucker?
I know. I was so excited.
I was very excited. I was very excited. Until she walks into the room of Marvel and a lovely drone comes out. A lovely AI just drops from this thing. Yep. I was like, hey, with his little fucking hat. And it's like, I'm Kevin, bitch. What do you want? And she proceeds to change shit in her own show. I was like, listen, like, you can't do this. Like, get rid of the Hulk fucking blood shit. The power's not the villain. He is. My own struggle is me finally battling between my two selves, and that's great. Get the fucking Hulk out of here. Like, he should be coming to save me. Hold Abomination accountable for his actions. That's great. And that's it. Let's fix the daddy issues in this bitch. When are we gonna get the X-Men and all type of shit? I love that shit. I
fucking love that line.
She was so cute.
The way she like winks. Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah. She's so fucking
oh my god, so fucking good.
I love that they did the nod to Black Panther. It's like, listen, visual team is handling some other shit right now.
Yeah, like you're very expensive, and they've already moved on.
Yeah.
It's like, dum, dum, dum.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit.
It's so good.
She wanted more Daredevil. She was like, I need some dick. Throw him in there, please.
Yeah. Stay for a week. Homie's hanging out.
Meeting the family.
Yeah.
Todd gets thrown in prison. Hulk has a son. We get introduced to Scar. Or Carr, whatever the fuck his name is. Scar. Yeah, Scar. Which I feel like they're going to go back and give us, they'll start off with the movie and then continue from that point of meeting Scar to the family, and shit goes crazy from there. Because it's a whole different storyline that requires a lot that you just can't throw in. So I'm sure they're going to do that. And yeah, that was that. I fucking love this episode, man. I love what they did of her jumping into our reality. I love that. Calling out the shit that Marvel does wrong with their own writing. How everything is so formulaic. Well, most
they're all the same. All that. Yeah.
I gotta fight my fucking reflection. I gotta fight the other me. and all type of shit, which I really loved. How did you feel about the episode?
Yeah, I mean, so the idea of the episode is legitimately fantastic. Like,
Yeah,
having her jump into our world and take control of things, and whatever that may be.
which she does in the comics.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
I think it's all great. My real problem, to be honest, is this kind of, if we want to go meta with it, this makes me think of The Last Jedi and how Mark Hamill's to this day is like, I hate what Rian Johnson did with Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi. That's not who I thought Luke would be, and all these things. And he's like, it was, completely against my being to play the character that way. But I had a job, I had a director, and I followed, and I did a great performance. Like, he's phenomenal in The Last Jedi.
Right.
And people use that, like, whenever I'm arguing with somebody about The Last Jedi, they always bring that up. And I'm like, guess what? Mark Hamill is not a fucking writer.
Right.
And guess he just proved to me that he would be dog shit at it if he tried. Like, sorry guys, but I'm not interested in seeing 40 years later a guy that ran off and did, hid away from everyone, and he actually is just the same fucking dude.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And so, point of why I brought that up is, it's great that, I like it for the women aspect of it, of like, hey, we can do things differently. I don't like what you're doing. I'm going to take control of my own show, and I'm going to rewrite it. My problem is Jennifer Walters, not a great writer. She just ends all the storylines abruptly, and that's just the point of the episode, is the meta-ness. Instead of giving us the meta, because it's also such a short episode. Like this, they should have had 15 short. More minutes,
very short.
Even just 10, to have her fix her story, and then show up and even have her be like, I know the spoilers, and like, I know he's gonna come try to punch me right now, or like whatever. She can just kind of, she could be meta with that because she fucking wrote it and she's starring in her own movie. Like, that was my problem. Was at the end of the day, She-Hulk literally went from my second favorite show, Marvel's done on Disney Plus, to much further down the list, because nothing from the previous 8 episodes matters anymore. Like, we have built over many episodes this blood storyline, and yes, it's campy and it's been used a lot, but guess what? Y'all have told this story this whole time. Like, you should do something with it. And it could be a small aspect of it is like, we were expecting the leader and things like that, but really what this episode did for me is show that Marvel still massively struggles with ending their shows. Like, their finales have really struggled for many of them. And this kind of just shows it, because not only do they poke fun at it, but they just let the character abruptly end it all for fun. And it's like, no, I don't like any of that. Let's just start from scratch. Like, now everything's good. She's got her job back. Like, everything's fine. And it frustrates me that, like, if anything, like how she says, like, Todd's the villain, not, the Hulk thing isn't necessary. Todd's the villain. It's like, okay, then Todd and the sex tape scene should have happened 2 or 3 episodes ago. And we should be feeling the aftermath of what has Todd done to me over time, and like built the character out. But instead, we just open up on, hey, we're going to go get these guys back. I can, charge them with this and this. And that's the other thing, is like, everybody's like, you have much more to worry about than those people that did so much illegal shit, and we're lawyers. It's like, no, you need to go after them. Like, nobody's going to charge fucking Todd for what he did in episode 8. Like, it's revenge porn. It's stealing blood. Like, it's all these things. Like, he full blown admits to all this stuff. And And so I don't know. It's very weird to me.
I mean, I think they're still getting prosecuted for all that.
They weren't. Not until she fixed the show.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, now he's getting arrested for it all because she fixed the show.
Right.
But, and that's the thing too, is you could also just fork it up and say, well, no, that's the point, is for the finale, the writing's terrible. And it's like, that's a pretty cheap way to say, like, to get past the idea that this writing's, you know, like Hulk just shows up and it's like, that is so dumb. And that's the point. But like when you actually go watch the episode again, you realize that it's kind of all been that way. Like the other lawyer lady that works at her place is like such a bitch to her. And she's like, no, you're not going to help me do all this. And she's like, no, crazy Hulk woman. She's like, you just went batshit and you fucked up. And it's like, Jesus, how about you help her out? Like you obviously need to go be her counsel, and instead no one's there to help her. Like not even her best friend is there to help her. She's just like, take the plea and we'll go home, and I'm going to keep my job because they pay me well. Like all this shit. It's like the writing's purposefully bad. So at the end of the day, and don't even get me started on the Scar thing. Like that fucking reveal of he's just like, hey guys, got a kid. And it's like, what?
It's my son. This is what they came to get me about.
And like, not only that, but because like Kenya was talking to me, which obviously I always understand that comics are different than the MCU and all these things. But like he was telling me about who Scar is in the comics. And it's literally when Hulk was only Hulk on Sakaar, he gets with the baddest warrior woman and they make Scar. And Scar cannot transform back to a human form. Right. He's just a Hulk. And he's absolutely like the epitome of like a warrior and like terrifying. And in this episode, not only do we have the absolute bullshit reveal of like, hey, here's my son, Scar, but Scar is like a timid, self-conscious Hispanic Hulk with a booty haircut. And I'm like, what?
For now. Yeah.
But what do you mean for now? Like, he just showed up to the Fast and Furious like fucking dinner and is like, hey guys, I'm scared of being here.
Right. For now, or like I said, he will be a problem down the line.
But that's not the point. The point is that he was on Sakaar and had to grow up fighting for his life this whole time. And now he's just timid. Like
those are the most crazy motherfuckers, the one that don't say shit and then fucking
that's
just
not
snap.
True. No, that you can't give a fucking Hulk the school shooter mentality. He's a fucking Hulk. Like obviously, like the guy that like never opens his backpack all the way and also screams at people in the hallway. Yeah, you're scared of that kid, but not because he's a Hulk. It's because he might have a gun. Like,
and he is a walking gun. Like this timid ass motherfucker. Don't say the wrong shit. He might fucking snap. I'm just saying, based off a reveal, I'm not gonna go crazy right now. I'm thinking,
that's what I mean.
Scar for a reason. I'm sure there's gonna be a problem down the road. And yes, I said a problem for now, Kenya. I know you're scarred from all things Hulk. I know you need a hug, but he's going to be a problem.
Well, and that really
they would have introduced him if he's not going to be for his storyline. But
like the way they introduce him, you just think that's fine?
Oh, I'm not justifying that. I'm just saying, listen, he's going to be a problem though.
But that's also the problem is, like, I'm trying to think of like, it's like in 2 years, if you bring Ned from the Spider-Man movies back and he's a full-blown sorcerer and he's like a badass, and I'm going to be like, hold on. That's not this character. That's not what I've been introduced as.
That might be Abomination.
And right. And so I at the end of the day, like, I am not afraid of Scar at all. He's a short little bitch of a Hulk. He's literally the size of what Todd's Hulk form was. Like, he is tiny and not that swole and scared. of his smart Hulk dad, who is very small compared to what he used to be. And so it's like, what is this character? Like, that does not look like someone who had to fight to survive on a planet of warriors for years. Like, because he looks like 16.
Maybe he's reformed.
God damn, man. You really are like, you're going to be that MCU fucking, just eat that shit up.
No, I'm just listening. I'm just saying, just by a look, that doesn't mean they're not a certain particular way. I don't care about fucking Scar either goddamn way. But I'm
but he's going to be a problem later. I thought you cared about him. He's going to be a massive.
No, I know who he is. I'm
later.
not saying I don't just gotta know who he is. I mean, I give a shit about him. I'm just saying I'm sure he's going to be a problem because based on who he is,
well,
they wouldn't just bring Scar in just to be like, hey.
Well, that's the problem. Is like, why bring him in now? Like, they should have just not done it.
No, I agree. I think they should just save that for the planet, whatever the fuck, or world, whatever the fuck they want to go about it and call it. I think they should have done that now. I think that's, like I said, that's what the movie will be. It'll start off with him going to Sakaar. We'll see his time there, and then we'll pick up after.
You do realize that he more than likely is not going to have his own movie, and this is just in Captain America 4.
What, Planet Hulk?
Correct. Like, they're bringing
why Captain America?
Thunderbolt Ross, the leader, and Bruce Banner are all confirmed for that movie. Like,
Bruce Banner's confirmed for
Mark Ruffalo's in that movie, yeah.
Oh shit. Well, listen, they carried through multiple shit before. So, I would hope they give him the whole Planet shit movie.
Anthony Mackie also gets fucking sidelined in his own movie because he's got all these characters that can snap him in half. So we'll see how that goes too. So that's my whole thing is like, I really like She-Hulk legitimately has been an A to an A+ for me this whole time. And while similar to what you're talking about with Halloween Kills, the idea is phenomenal. Like, I love it. I just think that she should have said, like, she should have looked at the cameraman like, no, what do you guys want? And she's like, oh, and like starts talking to the Kevin robot and be like, I got some ideas, and fade out. And then we get to see what she wrote, and it would be fucking awesome and badass and like all these things. But it really does feel like the VFX team had to move on, and we couldn't figure out a way to write this any better. So she just ends it all. All 3 storylines are ended. Kick Hulk out. We don't need him. Oh, but we need to introduce. No, we'll wait. And like all these things. And it's like, it's just all rushed. And I don't know, man. It's an interesting thing. It ruined like, I don't want to watch any of it anymore. Like, now I just want to watch the first episode because it has nothing to do with any of the storyline. And it's just them kind of hanging out and learning each other and whatever. So I don't know. I guess I'm sad about that. And like, that's why I'm more frustrated than I should be, because I loved it so much. And just once again, they have struggled with finales. Like, I don't know. It's interesting.
I like it. I can see where you're going with. I still think, yes, Hulk will get his own shit. I can only hope that's where Scar will get the full crazy ass mode or whatever the fuck. They'll be like, oh, this is how people treat you and Hulks and yada yada. This world doesn't deserve to, whatever the fuck direction they want to go. And I liked it. I liked the way she did it. How she, even though she did just cut up the stories, but they had an ending to them. At least with Todd, like, yeah, you're still getting thrown in jail for being.
Oh, did he freeze up for everybody else? Yep, he froze in his truck. Oh, hey, there he is. I hear you. I don't see. There you are. Okay. So what were you saying? He gets thrown in jail. What?
Happened. He gets thrown in jail. That's great. Josh should have died. We should have saw him die on screen.
Unbelievable.
Right. We should have seen him die. Abomination got held accountable for doing this thing. I'd expect him to have a huge part in this anyway, in the finale. So yeah, I was sad, and we get to see more Daredevil. So I was happy with it. we'll see. Look forward to seeing her on the big screen and
It ain't happening on the big screen. They told you it's not happening.
her own movie, maybe. I think she'll
No,
definitely
she
pop up in
said.
others.
He said, "We'll see you on the big screen." And she said, "Really?" And he's like, "No."
You think She-Hulk's not going to pop up in anything on the screen from here on out?
Secret Wars.
Yeah, I'm going to say she's definitely going to be on the big screen.
But that's the point. Is that's 3-4 years? Like, that's 25 projects from now.
She'll pop up before then.
To where like Kevin's telling the truth in that fucking show. No, she is a series, a Disney Plus character. And if she's in Secret Wars, she'll get fucking cut in half or something horrible, and they'll just destroy her. But like what you were saying though, everything with Tatiana Maslany is great. Like her sitting there talking to Kevin and all that kind of stuff. It's phenomenal. Like I still just love the character. I just at the end of the day, it's like, I guess it's kind of the whole series. It's, hey, you marketed this to me and you literally just made it a point to go meta and reverse it all and not give me anything to replace it, I guess is my problem. So like, why is Todd getting arrested at the end? We don't know, because he had no warrant out for his arrest before this meeting. He's sitting there still putting shit on. Everything's fine. Like, it's kind of muddy in that way. Like, she's just like, oh, rewrite it. Like, why is he not in trouble? Yeah, he'll get arrested and, whatever. And I don't know. Like Abomination, he needs to, what is it? What'd she say?
Be held accountable.
Right. For just turning into the Abomination, which was just on the poor writers of episode 9. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, he didn't do anything else in the actual season to account for that. Like, it was just like the way I got it, the meta-ness that I got was like, literally the writers were like, oh no, this was our episode to like throw everything on its head and be crazy. And it's like, yeah, so why is he in trouble? Like, I thought you just reversed that to where he wasn't going to the KKK meeting and talking to people. Like, because that's kind of the point of that, like, so I don't know. It's muddy in that way to where all of a sudden it's like, well, we need Abomination with Wong and we need this and that. We need to end this and whatever. It's like, you could have done that in such a different way. So it's similar to the Loki finale, where I love Loki's my favorite MCU show. And I love the finale for what it does, but it is not rewatchable at all. Like, it's just them talking, and it's just meant to set up other things. And I get that, and I understand that, like, once Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania comes out, it will be looked at very differently. But until then, it's a really shitty finale in most other ways. Like, just the way it is. Besides the stuff with him and Sylvie, which is like tiny, but they do get to continue their story a little bit. But yeah, so I guess I'm just frustrated because even like the WandaVision finale has great stuff, but you watch that finale and it's like they weren't sure what they were doing. Like, you just get that vibe, and you get that for so many, Captain America, or Falcon the Winter Soldier, all that. Like, so many of them have that vibe, and you're like, how is this still a problem? Like, don't start shooting episode 1 until you have fucking the finale figured out. Like, what's the point of the show? Start there. Work your way back. Like, if you're gonna have a monstrous franchise where everything connects, take it serious. I don't know.
Understandable. I will say that. And yes, nobody likes mid anything, Kenya. It's just, well, I'm going to complain about everything. You don't get tired about complaining about every single thing? Complain about a lot. So it's like, I'm just tired of complaining about things. And it's not even that. It's just like, unless something is dog shit, I see value in things. That's just how it is. Unless it's dog shit. But yeah.
But like, the Scar reveals dog shit.
Agreed, but he can be a problem down the road. What's the problem with that? That's the thing. Like, why come sit up here and complain? Why? It's
Okay,
like,
well then let's go back to the
it's
30
like-
minutes you wasted
in
where we
the-
lost all our viewers on Halloween Ends. Fucking
Lost all our
spoiler review.
viewers.
I mean, you went through the whole goddamn movie and it's dog shit, and at the end you hate it, and it's like,
How
why
can
did we
I-
go through it? Like,
Okay, let me put it this way. Well, see, again, that's dog shit. That's different. So it's like, okay,
what?
how can I put this to make sense? Okay,
Right. I mean, Kenya and
When
I
I
both
see
have
a-
complaints with reason. Like,
with reason. Half of Kenya's shit is not reason.
well, no, but what he's saying here is not wrong either. Like,
No, that's fine. Sure, I'll give him sure. This is an instance where he makes sense. Sure, but it's like, why am I just going to be constantly mad about a formula that we kind of know? When this situation with
they just called it
Scar, it's just like, right. So now see what the fuck happens. So now they know they're aware of it. You get this shitty ass reveal. See what the hell happens,
okay, sure.
and,
Well,
and that's it.
Okay.
complaining.
So where does this rank for you? Where's this show rank? So Falcon and Winter Soldier's number one,
I
right?
haven't thought about that honestly yet.
Like, not better than Moon Knight, I wouldn't think. It's
I don't know.
tough.
I think it's really tough.
I hate ranking shit, by the way. Like, I fucking despise it. But it's interesting to think about since there's still a low number of shows.
It's really tough. Yeah, I don't know. Shit, I'll figure it out, and I'll post it.
That's,
Let me know.
I think that's why I'm frustrated, because it was literally like I was like, all they have to do is give me a generic finale with her being charismatic, figure out where the blood thing's going, and end it with her, bringing justice to people. And I'm like, holy shit, this is my second favorite MCU show. And instead, I'm like, what they did is awesome. Like, I think the meta-ness is fucking great, but there's no show. Like, every storyline that was set up is not finished. They just forget about it. Like, it's literally like the Spider-Man just like, oh, poof. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's an interesting idea. And then you do have one thing that Kenya said at the beginning. So every time, like, I hope she's not in Secret Wars or Kang Dynasty, because she can just jump through the screen and go talk to Kevin and fix everything every time. Like, it's a multiverse thing. We're like, oh no, fucking reverse Uno card. Like,
I'm sure they'll do some aspects of that because it's just Deadpool. Those two motherfuckers gonna be breaking fourth walls all over the goddamn place.
well,
I don't
that's
think they'll do it a
like,
lot, but
then that's the thing though, is now you have the instance where it's like, okay, why didn't she do it? Like, she has the ability, so if everyone dies, she should reverse it. Like, she can go talk to Kevin. So like, it's an overpowering,
it's a lot of power.
And I could also just see her like looking at the camera one time and saying like, if my name's not in the title, I'm not allowed to bust through the screen. Like, contract says I can't bust through. And like, you could save it.
That's true. That'd be cute.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be adorable as fuck. But like,
There will be. And no, so I wouldn't say anything was shit. So you're definitely gonna hear me complain about something, Kenya, for sure, when it's warranted. I don't complain nearly as much as you do, but if it does, I'll be like, hey, this was dog shit. Like I said, if it's complete dog shit, I'll say it. But if there's something that can be found good in it, I'm going to say it. I don't see what is confusing. I just don't accept and just be like, oh my God, the world is over. No.
So what he just said here though is true. So like with Thor, why didn't Thor give all the Avengers the power of Thor like he did in Thor Love and Thunder? Like, it would have saved Infinity War, everything, none of that would have
That
happened.
would have been badass. Could you imagine that shit?
That's what I mean. It's like, oh
Yeah.
shit, you just have that power, and it's like, wait, so you let everyone die and be dead for 5 years, and you could have turned everyone into a Thor and fixed this? And it's like, yeah, but I didn't think about it. It's like, you fucking dumbass. Like that's where we're at. Is this thousands of year old God is a dumbass? It's like, great. I'm glad that's where we're at.
No, right.
It's just
and absolutely. Again, point. But again, I point out shit about Thor and Thunder. Love and Thunder. That's pretty good, and fun it works too. Like I said, you could do both. I'm not just sitting here dwindling on Christian fucking Bale. Great. The time that he's in it, fucking loved him. There's still aspects in it that work when it comes to Jane and them. He's fucking great. That work with him and Jane. That's not when it's not forced and just thrown in there. There's definitely aspects of it that's good and fun, but I'm not just gonna sit here and dwell on that shit like my life is over.
Do you know the daughter's name
in real life?
No,
or
in the movie?
No. They call it Eternity.
So that's So no,
yeah.
My coworker just brought this up because he saw Thor: Love and Thunder like opening weekend, and he came back and he said, I fucking hated it. And I was like, hey, me too. And he went and saw it again, which he's kind of known for this. And after he hears anyone's opinion, he'll like flip to the other side because he like wants to be a problem. And he came back and was like, I saw it again and I love it now. I think it's great. And I was like, really? Like, what do you love about it? And he's like, well, it's terrible, but I had a lot more fun with it. And I was like, okay. But he randomly, this was either yesterday or the day before, he was like, hey, isn't the point of Thor: Love and Thunder that Thor is thunder and then the daughter is love? And I was like, sure. And he was like, no, like her name is Love. The character's name is Love. And I was like, what? And he did a quick Google search, and yeah, the name of the little girl is Love. And I was like, that might be the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life, where like,
I thought she was called just Eternity.
like, yeah, I was like, in an Eternity, and he was like, no. And I was like, wait, so you're telling me they announced the title of this movie way before it was written? And like, just kind of last second, they were like, it doesn't have to do with Jane. We're going to name the daughter of Christian Bale's Gore the God Butcher Love. And that's how we're going to bring this all around. It's like, Taika, man, like, Taika and Harrison Ford just lock arms, go get that check, and don't give a fuck about your product, man. Y'all have fun.
That was Taika's I don't give a fuck movie.
That's
like
correct.
that was his flex movie. It's like, oh, I just can do whatever I want.
He's like, watch, y'all will all love this shit.
And that hurts.
So what does that have on Rotten Tomatoes? I'm always intrigued now because it's a flip of the coin on what Rotten Tomatoes, bullshit of it. Yeah, so it is fresh with a 64%, and the audience score with over 10,000 people is 77%. And like, I call, like, that's fucking horrible. Like, that's why we keep getting dog shit. It's crazy.
I don't know. I've seen worse. But it's like, but I won't. If anyone hates it, won't argue that either. But I've
seen worse, but like not something from with that budget, with that much importance, with character. Like Morbius is probably worse.
Probably it is, probably.
But the thing is that Morbius wasn't set up prior as a completely different character, and they've ruined him. They just made him shit. Like, that's where, like, it actually does hit harder.
It's so bad.
Like, I could probably find more enjoyment out of it because I'm like, they're doing something different. I don't care about this guy. It's like Venom. Like, Venom 1 is terrible, but I can find enjoyment in it because it's a brand new character, and I'm like, okay, they're just making stupid decisions, but this is how he's set up. Then you get to Venom 2, and it's like, oh God, like, they took it to the next level. But like with Thor, like Thor in Infinity War is the most knowledgeable character in the whole fucking movie. And then that's right after Ragnarok, where he's throwing kickballs off the wall and hitting himself in the head. And
it's great.
And it's because the Russos were like, hey, we saw that movie and we are fucking reversing it. like that was like Hemsworth has spoke about that. He's like, I wanted the comedic, and they said he's not comedic in this movie. Like, that's not what we're doing. That's not our story. And he's like, oh, okay, I guess.
Right. And both gendered well. It was only when Love and Thunder happened that we went very, very, very off the rails, I will say.
I disagree.
No. I still saw
Ragnarok.
That was great. I still saw a little bit of Ragnar and Infinity Thor, but greatly toned down.
I mean,
so
yeah,
like,
literally,
okay, cool. But he was still in there, jokes and all that.
Yeah.
But like I said, Love and Thunder there was no progression to him whatsoever until the end, and now he has a kid. But that was it.
Literally, two of our main Avengers now just show up with a kid. That's where Phase 4 is at. I mean,
it is. We're setting up young Avengers, man.
Oh God.
We're setting up young Avengers. There's gonna be never mind. That's kind of impossible. But yeah, I guess that's just what's happening now. So everyone gets kids, and the next generation of heroes.
That's really where we're at though, because we're gonna have a young Captain America with that kid that can't play basketball. We're gonna have a young Hawkeye with Haley Steinfeld. Young Ant-Man with his daughter. Young Thor with Love Eternity. We're gonna have young Hulk with Scar.
Ironheart.
Like, we're just gonna redo the whole fucking shit. Can't give us anybody new. Like, maybe Wanda's kids if they somehow resurrect.
Oh, but I say it. Maybe that can be a possibility. We have we have America Chavez.
That's correct. Yeah.
I think that's it, right?
Man, I'm already like out. Like, I'm good with that franchise. Crazy.
Oh shit.
We'll see. Yeah, I don't like being the guy that is like, I'm getting too old for this shit. But like, because that's what I sound like. It's like, oh, you just hate everything Marvel now. It's like, kinda. They're kind of fucking it all up. Yeah. Like, no, it is not anything like Iron Man 1, Captain America 2. Like, we're not there anymore. Like, after Endgame, we have decided to fucking leave that in the past. And it's sad. It makes me upset. So I'm gonna complain.
You both have been very scarred. It shows.
Yeah, don't bring up his name again. I'm just kidding.
Who?
Scar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see
where he goes from there. I don't think, at least again, I don't know this for a fact, but I'm just saying I think, would hope they're just not going to show him up just to sit there the whole time, and be like, "Hey, Dad," and it's not be a problem.
Okay,
I just don't.
It's quite obvious that they're not going to bring a Hulk in that's not going to smash some shit. Right. My point is, they just called homie from Earth, made him wreck with his human, cousin, fucking almost killed her, just so that they could say, "Hey, you're late on child support, and we need you to come pick this man up." He's really quiet. Like, that's the problem. That's why they just called him. Is like, he's not a problem at all for us, and we actually really enjoy him, but he needs a dad. Come get him and take him to Earth. And it's like, what?
How long was it since he left to Sakaar until the finale? Do we know how long that was?
I would say it's not more than a month.
Come on, say, what if he got called there and was like, "Hey," and this will be the movie or whatever the fuck. Like, "Hey, your son is over here wrecking some shit. He needs his father."
So Smart Hulk is going to show up and go, "Hey, big guy, sun's getting real low," and fucking calm his ass down. "I'm about to
whoop your ass, son."
But he's not. He's Smart Hulk. He's not
that does not
gonna
mean he
whoop
cannot
his ass.
fight and not.
He's not.
Smart Hulk doesn't mean he can't fight. I don't know why y'all keep associating this man with not being
Hulk
good because he's smart.
would not be the king of Sakaar.
They're not going to go that route anymore. They're going to figure something out with that. He's not. No.
That's what I mean.
So he's just going whoop his son's ass. Doesn't mean he has to be a king.
But if Sakaar is calling for problems, that means they have no one that can beat this kid's ass. And Smart Hulk ain't it.
That's why he called Daddy Hulk.
No, you called fucking Uncle Hulk that's teeny tiny. Like, I don't know. That's what I mean.
He's still bigger than him.
Like, he is still bigger than him, and that's what also doesn't make any fucking sense to me, man. Because like, what? How tall was this woman that Hulk somehow had sex with? Because did he kill her during? Like, I don't know, man. It's See, and then I'm not about that. Like, I see what you're saying, but I'm not. Yeah. I'm not on that train of like, just because he's assigned, like he can smash things. Like,
yeah, but I'm saying we're just nitpicking shit. He can still fight. Just because he's a scientist doesn't mean he can't fight. But I'm just saying he's still the fucking Hulk, regardless of where his glasses, whether he does somebody's taxes. Hulk. He's the fucking Hulk. He's just smarter. He's still the fucking Hulk.
Okay, so Hulk in Avengers 1 versus Smart Hulk. Who wins in a fight? To
me, Smart Hulk. Because
no prep time.
Because I'll tell you, this doesn't matter about prep time. This is straight. I'm just saying, because this regular Hulk is just a brooding ass fucker who just runs around and smashes shit. No intelligence whatsoever. Smart Hulk will go into this shit like, hey, big guy. Like,
that's what I mean.
Oh, that's the thing. Like, hey, there's another way you can fucking do this. And Hulk is just like, yo, I'm gonna punch you in the face. And he feels like, okay, this shit hurts. There's no more reasoning. I'm taking my glasses off and I'm gonna fuck your shit up. And because I'm smart, I'm gonna do other ways I can fuck your shit up on top of just punch you in the goddamn face.
See, but
so let's do this.
Is this before or after the actual Hulk grabs Smart Hulk and throws him into the atmosphere where he bursts into flames? Because there's no fucking way that the other Hulk, Smart Hulk's like, hey, big guy, and just fucking dead. Like, because he's speedy fucking quick and will absolutely just run straight through him. Like, that's the thing. So
all these things still require this man. He's just smarter. I'm just confused on. He's just not rageful, but he's still fucking.
He's still very strong. That's correct. But like the whole point of Hulk, Smart Hulk, all that stuff is like there are levels to this shit, and normal Hulk is bigger and stronger because he gets stronger with anger, and so Smart Hulk is much smaller.
Which I don't think in the MCU we've had. What the fuck is this? Oh, that aspect of him getting stronger as he gets angrier. Because I see and I wish they would have showed that, because I don't think that was a thing with him. I just think he's just fucking Hulk. Because even when he just gets crazy and angry, like the Chitauri fucked him up, shooting him all at once, he's just bleeding and fucked up. Like, oh my god. So I don't think sadly
he wasn't angry.
We had the aspect of him. So I'm just like, okay. So, and if that is a thing, they didn't showcase that. I would have liked them to. They only did that in that shitty ass Hulk movie. The Ang Lee one.
The Ang Lee one.
Literally would just get bigger every time he gets mad.
Yeah, that's correct.
Stupid.
Yeah.
But
which that's comic accurate technically.
Yeah,
that movie's just not great, obviously.
That movie's shit. That movie is shit. But all right. I'm gonna get out of here.
I digress.
Before I perish. 3 packages, 1 white bag of TOAs, and 1 banner. That doesn't sound too bad, but how big are these fucking packages?
I know. Can you carry all that up with one?
I'm gonna Hulk the fuck out on it and just go.
I was about to say, bring your bed sheet, throw it all in a bed sheet, tie it up, throw it over your shoulder, and you can make it in one trip.
I guess we'll see.
I'm just saying.
All right. Thank you for joining us on the latest episode of the Film Cave, episode number 92. It's been fun. Thank you so much. Good Logan. Good Sir Logan.
That's me.
I'm gonna say good Sir Logan. Let the people know where they can find.
Why is your color on your webcam? Did you see it for a second?
It does that. See?
You put your hands up, and the color went like.
It changes. Yeah, I'll tell you, it changes. I don't know what the fuck.
But yes, people can find me right here, Logan_Swish on the Twitters. You can find me on YouTubes and Patrons, Logan Swish. And yeah, we are now done with She-Hulk. We still have Andor, which
we are.
If you were gonna get into Andor, the previous episode is, I mean, it's pretty fucking great because we were building up to this mission and we finally got it and it was awesome. But I'm intrigued to see where we go from here because we're now exactly halfway through and we've kind of like ended this storyline and it seems like we're going to start a new one. So we'll see what happens. And then, yeah, we don't have any, Disney Plus stuff for a while. So I'll have to figure out what I'm going to react to next. We will see.
Heard it. Everything Hulk was great and see, this is why I just take nothing seriously that
that's
you say.
Not true at all.
This is why I take nothing seriously that you
but
say.
Like, granted,
this is why
Hulk running through the desert and jumping, dope as shit.
Oh,
like,
cool.
But
everything amazing.
Yeah, correct. Like when he throws that tank, dope. That's the same scene, but like it's still dope.
It was all right.
Go ahead.
Stupid. You can find me up top all forms social media. Go hit that follow, that like, that subscribe. It's great. Appreciate it so much. Sorry this intro is horrible. I'm dying and I'm not looking forward to what I'm about to do. So
correct.
Apologies. But it's your boy, Knight.
And I'm Logan.
And as always, we will see y'all in the cave. Peace.
See you guys.